Love y'all, boys. Love you. Love you. I go to war with every single one of you, every fucking game, all right? Love you, 1-7. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Win.
Yeah. Please tell me that I can't, that I won't, that I fail, that I'll never make it out, yeah. Please tell me all the bad, never good, fill my head full of every single doubt, yeah. Please say any negative thoughts, I pop off when I hear people say I cannot. I get off to the thought of proving everyone wrong, I won't stop to the top, so you better back off and get lost. I'ma stay loud, stay proud, never running out, never heading south. I'll be spreading out, call it word of mouth, can't put me down, I'll be getting loud. You can have it douse, not what I'm about, have your fucking cloud. It be raining now, I keep making sound, go another round, bitch I'm legend bound, can't stop me now. You don't wanna fuck with me, a slow burn like a disease. Just tell me that I can and show you things that you couldn't believe. Just tell me that I can. 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 It's showtime.
Welcome to Friday Night Lights. I'm your host, Tommy, and next to me is my main man, Mr. Mikey, also known as the Apex Man. And you are, by the way, we are on the Mafia Sports Report. I normally say that early, but yeah, it is what it is. Mikey, happy Friday to you. Happy Friday to Bills Mafia. We're here Friday. The weekend's here finally. Let's talk some Buffalo Bills, man. First of all, actually, you know what? Before we get into that, Mikey, how was your week?
My week was wonderful. You know, I had to work.
Wonderful. With a big W. I like
big W. And it's my favorite time of the week. Friday night. It's show night. We get to sit down, shoot the shit about the Bills, and then after that, it's the weekend. So what's not to like about it?
The lights are shining bright.
Right?
By the way, I'm trying. I went to the store today.
All right.
And I always seen the commercials, and I was like, man, I gotta. I'm not for everyone who thinks I'm not really. I don't drink a lot. But anyways, simply spiked lemonade. Now I've tried. I like their simply lemonade. They're regular, and it's really good. But this, I gotta say, pretty good, pretty good. So if you guys haven't tried it yet, simply. Yeah, it's good. It really is. I don't really typically like these kind of drinks.
So you're a Mike's guy. You like Mike's?
No, I don't even like. No. Honestly, I like to mix it up. But if beer wise, Corona Premier. Like Corona Premier for me, I can't drink any other beer. Like that. Like ever since I got on Premier, it is so smooth. So for anyone that drinks beer out there, like Corona Premier doesn't give you hangover, doesn't give you like heartburn if you like, because some beer gives you heartburn. Premier is so smooth, Mikey. It's more of really, really chill, relax. But I like to mix it up once in a while, and this is pretty good. I can't complain. So anyway, that's what I'm drinking on tonight.
Roy is not a fan of lemonade, and Jason, I love lemonade. Glad to hear you're on the mend, brother. Keep those fluids. Because that flu's going around right now.
Oh man, luckily I don't go out, so.
Right.
But I do work at a bar, so who knows? But I know I don't get sick often, man. Do you get sick often? Like, do you often?
I usually get it bad once a year.
Once a year? Okay.
I usually get it bad once a year, and it's usually between right after the summer going into the fall. Usually like one show that I miss a year because I'll have like a sore throat, or I'll be nauseous, or I'll have a flu or something.
Out of it.
Yeah. And then you usually go solo that night, but it's usually like once a year I get it.
I don't I would say every 2 to 3 years for me, but when it hits me hard. Like I am in bed for like a week, dude. You know?
Well, see, mine isn't that bad. Like I got the big C last year,
Yeah.
And that wrecked me for about 4 or 5 days.
I don't know if I ever got that.
But that's the only time. Normally it's like a day or two and I'm back.
Yeah, I know. Like I said, I think it's God's way of saying, yo, I let you be free for like 2 years. Now I'm going to slam you with something.
But I chug a crap ton of NyQuil when I start feeling
dude. Yes, Mikey, me and you are the same, bro. Let me tell you something, guys. I always tell people this. Look, and I know this isn't Buffalo Bills football talk right now, and that's fine. It is off season. Who cares? I always tell people when you're sick, for me at least, get NyQuil Severe and just sleep it off. It's not. Listen, and I always tell people NyQuil is not gonna. It's not made to get you healthy, like from this whatever you got, the flu, cold. It's made really to just knock you out. So you sleep it off and sweat it out. And dude, I chug it. I don't even use the cap. I literally throw the cap away. I keep it by my bed and I just like chug it down, dude. And I pass out
I keep it in the fridge. I have to have it cold. So
okay.
In the fridge. But when I start feeling coming on, I just hit the NyQuil,
dude, it's
for a day or two, and then it never actually comes full on. When it does,
love it.
Then I
always have one handy too, and that and orange juice. Something about when you eat OJ, like I like OJ. But dude, that's like I always tell people, OJ and NyQuil, and you'll be all right.
When I was a kid, my grandpa, may he rest in peace, was SoCo, Southern Comfort. If we got sick, he'd make us take a shot of Southern Comfort. He said that'll get it. Scott's the Crown Royal guy.
Okay.
Super chat. Thank you, Matthew. We appreciate the super chat.
Appreciate that.
He's going to Mafia Con July 20th in Buffalo. Have you heard of this?
Matthew, explain, because I never heard. I'm in Detroit, so obviously I can't go.
Yeah.
I don't travel much because I got a dog, but I never heard of that. But it sounds pretty badass. I like the name.
Yeah, and if it's
right in the chat, kind of briefly what it is about. What's it all about?
I'll look it up. Jason comes in with the conversation we were having before.
Oh, wow.
I'm glad he brought this up. It says, I'm wondering about Douglas missing OTAs. I asked you, were you concerned? Because every other player that we've had has showed up at least 1 week of the OTA.
Yeah.
Except for Douglas.
Yeah. It seems like it, which I love. Like here's the deal. Here's how I see it. OTAs, they're not mandatory, okay? But I am a believer in, like, if your goal is really set for the Super Bowl, you're really all in. I think every player should show up, regardless if it's not mandatory or not. But I also understand the other side of things. Like, if it's not mandatory, you're a veteran, I get it. But if he's not there next week, which is mandatory, then we got a problem. We got a problem on our hand, because then what is going on, right? Why is he not showing up? But would I like for him to be there? Yes. You know what I mean? But I don't think it's the end of the world. There's a lot of camp to go. And this is just mini camp coming up. Then you got training camp. Then you got there's a ton. So one guy not showing up, it's not the end of the world. He's not a key player. It's not Keon Coleman. It's not Josh Allen.
He's not a young player either. Right.
He's not a young guy. So I wouldn't raise the concern level high or anything that, Rasul Douglas isn't showing up. He's a vet, man. He's been there, done that. Matter of fact, we traded for him. He came in, and I think he winded up leading our team in interceptions without really fully knowing the playbook. Yeah. So, it kind of tells you he doesn't really. I'm not saying he doesn't have to show up when minicamps. Would I like for him to be there? Yes, but it is what it is. We'll be fine.
I'm not concerned because I don't hear any concern from McDermott or Babbage. If they put out any kind of concern about him not being there, I might be. But someone asked, and he's like, "Listen, I'm in contact with all the guys. I know what's going on. We have fantastic participation. Like he just blew by it. Like nothing. Like he wasn't worried about it. So obviously, whatever's happening, he's not concerned. So why would I be?"
Exactly. Roy's saying something about shoulder injury. I haven't heard about that, but
I haven't heard of shoulder injury. I know Mike Edwards has a shoulder injury.
Okay.
So he's there, but he's not getting any snaps in OTAs. All the snaps are going to Bishop right now. Bishop and Hamlin are taking a lot of the snaps because Edwards can't do anything right now.
Okay.
Matthew comes in and tells us it's an event where there'll be podcasts, food trucks, and famous personalities with some Bills players appearing.
Pretty damn cool, man. That is cool.
That is cool.
Very cool. So, guys, if you're in Buffalo or live close to Buffalo, I would look into it. It's probably something that you might want to do. Maybe get lucky, meet some players, autographs. I would 1000% go if I lived in the Buffalo area, for sure. No doubt about it. Like, I'm all in anything Buffalo, but
Tommy went to the draft and then turned around and left and realized it wasn't for him.
oh, bro, that's totally different. That would, guys, I hope, listen, wherever they do it next, man,
nice.
you gotta have some kind of seating arrangements. Oh, Del Reed. Yeah. So Scott, you know that we're kind of partnered up with him sort of on our Monday show. So, good guy. And yeah, definitely go there.
They do the fan base stuff.
Yeah, definitely go there. Support his 26 shirts. If you want to buy a shirt, obviously there's a website. Good dude. And obviously Bill's Mafia wouldn't be here really without this dude. So definitely support Del Reed and his 26 shirts company.
Yep. So, all right. You want to do around the league real quick? A little around.
Yeah. Let's do around the league, Mikey. Go shoot.
Did you see this stuff that's going on with Xavier Howard?
I did not. The guy that I said we should pick up. What's going on?
Yeah. There was a lawsuit filed against him for him for him sending explicit photos of his ex-girlfriend to her son.
Okay, so kind of like Von Miller situation. Okay,
yeah. So you got to take it with it's still
grain of salt, right? You never know. Yeah.
Randy Gregory, the edge rusher, is suing the Broncos over the THC use. They fined him $500,000 for it, and now that it's legal in the NFL in the States,
he wants his money back. That's going to be a tough one because was it legal at the time? Like, was it against the rules? Not legal, but was it against the rules in the NFL at the time? Because if
they didn't suspend him; they just fined him.
Right, but I'm saying, was it? I understand that, but was it against? Like, was it like a finable whatever? Like, it had to have been in order to fine him. So that's going to be a tough one. But maybe they're
going through the courts. So
yeah, that'll be tough. I don't know if I who knows, but it's worth a try. It's a lot of money.
Jason comes in and says Rasul was spending time with his kids, and McDermott excused him. So
there we go. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Ain't nothing wrong. He is to be to camp next week. So
he said he looked it up. Right on. That's great. Listen, being a dad is your number one priority. Spend as much time with those kids as you can. Dell's putting it on Mafia Con, trying to make it an annual event the first year, donations to charity.
Oh, okay.
That's
so
awesome.
He set it up. I got you. Okay.
Yeah. I hope it does well.
Yeah.
Because then maybe one day me and Tommy will go out there and meet out there.
Yeah, definitely, man. I mean, it's really not a 4-hour drive for me. It's not that crazy.
Yeah,
for you, it's a trip.
Yeah, that's fine. I want to go out there anyways. BJ Thompson of the Chiefs had a cardiac arrest, was unconscious for like a day and a half.
Yeah, I heard.
He recently woke up and is awake and alert, which is fantastic.
Wild, huh?
Yeah, wild. Did you hear Anthony Richardson's shoulder? The one that he had surgery on?
No, what happened?
Already sore, so they're taking it easy on him.
Oh, no, that's not a good sign. That's not good.
Tua and Tyreek went to the media about their contracts.
Of course. This is how it works, ladies and gentlemen. Josh Allen, I'm telling you, he's not going to do it now, but
I don't think he'll ever have to. I don't think he'll ever have to.
No, he won't have to, but I promise you, soon enough, they're going to have to figure it out and pay him.
Next off season, they'll do it.
Yeah,
because they linked up his contract for this year and next year.
Yeah.
So then after that is when the balloon payment comes, and then at that point they'll rip up the contract and redo a new one.
Right. It's just the way it works, man. Listen, like we talked about this last week. It's how it goes year after year. Contracts get bigger and bigger and bigger. I mean, we can go back, like I said, to the 70s, 80s, 90s. I mean, players weren't getting paid anything.
Tua is very, very slimmer this year than he was last year.
That I don't like, man, for him. But whatever, go ahead, get slim because for me, he needs to. Mm-hmm. I would think need to not maybe gain a little bit more weight, or like to protect his body a little bit more, like absorb the contact. Like getting skinnier for him, he's never was really a big guy to begin with. They wanted him to
lose weight because they said they wanted him to be more mobile.
I don't think he was that unmobile. I just think he just doesn't take that opportunity as much because he doesn't want to. He doesn't want to get hit. Doesn't have it, but he can be. I've seen him in college. I'm telling you, Mike.
He was a lot smaller in college.
Ever since he got hurt, he's dialed it back. And it's fine if you protect him. You don't really need to be Mr. Mobile. Mm-hmm. But I'm telling you, losing that, I felt like he was already undersized. Losing more weight is not good. It's just not a good thing. Hey. I mean, for me, I wouldn't want him to lose weight. I thought last year, he looked like, for me, that would be I'm like, okay. It looked like he actually gained a little weight, and I know he did the karate thing, whatever the hell. Like, that helped him. He stayed healthy. Yeah. So I think that's a huge mistake for him. And I'll tell you one thing. If he gets hurt, we're going to go back to this, him losing the weight thing, and they're going to talk about, I promise you. And we will too, and go, well, we said it. So we'll see. That's a mistake.
You see, Justin Jefferson got paid.
Yeah, he got paid, which is
we got broke off.
You knew it was going to happen.
Yeah, but
come on,
he got 35 a year, dude. 35 a year.
He's young.
He didn't just get
he's damn
over
good.
Tyreek. He got $5 million more a year than Tyreek.
I get it, but he's also younger than Tyreek, right? Yep. Okay, and not only that, what does Minnesota have besides Justin Jefferson? You know what I mean? Like, what is their star guy like that fans get excited for about going to see Minnesota Vikings football? It's fucking Justin Jefferson.
They're paying him because they have Darnold and McCarthy quarterback. And they keep him happy. He'll be happy with his money. They
got to keep him happy and the fans. Yeah. Think about it. You don't pay him, he leaves. Now you got Darnold, and now you're fishing for a receiver. Like, hot mess. At least you got one of the best, if not the best, wide receiver in the game. You got something to cheer for. And not only that, he will help. He will make those quarterbacks look better. Usually it's the other way around, right? Usually quarterbacks can really make the receiver look a little better, but he can make an average quarterback look pretty good. You get what I mean? He can make those tough catches that, not a lot of receivers can make.
Matthew comes in and says the Browns GM and coach got contract extensions. So Stefanski got a contract extension. Would you have given them? Would you have extended them?
No, but the Browns are idiots. The Browns always do dumb things. So,
the smartest thing the Browns did was trading a 5th rounder for Amari Cooper,
and trading for Wyatt Teller.
Yeah, and trading for Wyatt Teller. That hurts my heart. That hurts my heart.
Right.
Best
Pretty
in
smart.
The house, at this point in his deal, Josh is underpaid for his skill level. He absolutely, he's like the 10th highest paid. And wait until Tua gets paid, But listen,
it's going to be interesting.
Josh is going to get his again.
Absolutely. He knows it. He knows it.
Yeah.
This isn't it's not even something that he's stressing. It's coming. And when it comes, by the way, it's going to be a doozy of one.
And he's making so much money right now.
I know.
Like, even off the field, he's making a ton of money, non-football related stuff. So.
And did you notice? Like, I used to always go, like, why? Like his first, I would say 3 seasons, he really wasn't in a lot of commercials or getting a lot of recognition out. And then, boom, it hit, and now he's getting that recognition, and he's starting to get paid. Yeah, dude. So good for him, because I was always wondering why the hell, because he had such a good personality. It wasn't like he was plain Jane. I mean, like Baker Mayfield, by the way, like he right off the wrist had that insurance commercial, remember? Yeah. And by the way, I like those. I thought they were funny. I'm not going to lie. I wasn't a Baker fan, but I always thought those were pretty funny, where he went in the arena.
The NFL Network ones too.
Yeah, like I thought it was funny.
And,
yeah. But Josh never. You notice it took a while for Josh to get anything outside of Buffalo. He got cheesy, like commercial for cars. Yeah, in Buffalo, but nothing
I think
outside.
His first big one was Buffalo Wild Wings, and he was stoked about it because
you're right, and it was short. You're right. He was part of
Wild Wings.
You're right. And he was him and Kyle Murray, I think, right?
After that, the big one was Gillette, remember? Because he's like...
Gillette, you are right.
Gillette, because he went to Gillette that next weekend after this commercial showed, and he tore up the Patriots.
Honestly, I didn't like the Gillette one, but that was probably his worst one because it's kind of serious. He's like, just shave.
Yeah, but that's kind of that started his.
It
Now
did.
he's got cars and watches and all kinds of stuff. The dude's
Coffee.
coffee. Dude, he has his own cereal.
I have it here, but I had to buy them, and of course there was like $10 compared to $2 if you live in Buffalo, and I'm not going to open them obviously, but I would like to. Okay, you know what? Let me ask now because I'll never probably eat mine. Has anyone tried the Josh Allen cereal, and is it any good? Because right, I've never asked that. Like, and the coffee. So it's a 2-part question. Have you ever had his coffee, and have you ever had his cereal? And give us an honest answer if you have. Give us a 1 to 5. 1 to 5 stars.
Hot sauces too.
Yes, and I have those as well, which I have not opened. So you know what? Give us everything. All your opinion on his food. Anything he has out there edible.
Jacks, they're good. That's at the Josh.
Are they good? Okay. So Beth saying the Josh Jacks are good. What are they like? Apple Jacks? Like what are they?
Yep, tastes like Apple Jacks.
Oh, look at there we go.
Beth also said the coffee isn't bad.
Okay. Man,
Matt said the cereal's good and the coffee and the cereal, but it's
you know what I'm gonna do? You know what would be a great video? Because you know how they have those like food reviews.
Mm-hmm.
You ever seen those food reviews on YouTube? Like Taco Bell trying the new.
Yeah.
Nobody's ever done a Josh Allen like cereal review. Not that I've seen.
You're gonna go buy all.
I swear to God, I will. I swear. I should try. I should do it. I should do every single one. Yes.
Make sure you get some wings and bring some wings in and put hot sauce.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. I got my bar makes some great wings, so I'll get some wings from the bar. I'll try I'll put the sauce on it, and I'll do separate videos for each, and I'll give my honest opinion.
There we go.
Me eating the cereal.
We got some time, brother.
We do. We absolutely. You see where? Oh man, hey, this is what happens.
Matt comes in and says the Packers and Eagles fans, players, and stuff have to be careful. From I guess they're playing in Brazil, and where they're playing is like a rough part. The Eagles, Packers, they have to go on like armored cars.
They can't wear certain colors. They can't wear certain colors or something. Right. You're right.
They're both green.
Here's I'm glad you brought that up because they were talking about it on. I listen to the sports radio once in a while here when I'm driving around. They were talking about that today. It's great that you brought that up. What do you think about? What do you think? Yes, I mean Matthew. Thank you, Matthew. What do you feel about the NFL going to these countries? Like on the radio, they were like, "This is so stupid," and I agree. I don't get it. I get it for the NFL. It's money, right? It's money. But who the hell is flying to Brazil? Like, you got to have some serious money if that's your team, one of those teams playing. Serious money to take that trip. And it's a dangerous place. And, like, what is the end result here? Like, having it, like, you can't have a team in another country. No, and you're taking a home game away. Not only that, it's a long flight, 10, 15-hour flight. I think it's terrible. I think it's a terrible thing the NFL is doing with that. I don't like it. I think, like I said, I think it takes away a home game for the team. A lot can go wrong. Injuries. Now you got to fly back with injured players. Long trip back, which isn't probably good at all for your player that's hurt.
To grow the international brand. So I understand why they're doing it. You want to do it in Europe. You want to do it in Germany. You want to do it in Mexico. You want to do it in Canada. Fine. Why are we going
Canada? I get. Right. Canada, I get. It's our neighbors, like really
Mexico,
close.
Mexico's
but you're never going to have a team though.
No, but they're trying to grow the brand.
I get it. It's just at the end of the day, it's
the NFL owners are all about that dollar. You know that.
I know that's what I mean. I mean, it's great. Listen, the NFL is doing. Here's the deal, though. The NFL is not. They're going to be the top dog for a long time. Like I don't see NBA, MLB taking over anytime soon. I don't really think they need this international thing. I'll be honest with you. It's just really for me. It's a little bit greedy. It's a Goodell thing. I think in the owners thing,
it ties into the international pathway thing that they're doing in all these countries.
Yeah,
to bring other people into the game.
What pathway player has worked out? Like, I'm just curious. Like, I'm not saying they haven't. I'm just
Jordan Mailata
off the top of your head. That's really been good.
Jordan Mailata.
And who else? Okay, I don't even know who the hell that is, but okay.
He's the left tackle for the.
Sorry, I don't. Okay, yeah. I didn't know. I don't know. Okay, so is he the only one fan?
He's the only one I'm aware of. Like, I don't as much.
I feel like other countries, I get it, I understand it, but they have their own like sports that they're diehard, like soccer, right? And baseball's huge in like Dominican Republic, and you know what I mean. Soccer's, Brazil's soccer. Like, I just don't. Especially the Brazil thing, like I don't get it. But whatever, it is what it is. I just think it's a bad.
The Brazil either. Like, I understood the UK, I understood Germany, I understood Mexico. Those places. Like, I would even understood like Australia because they have different like rugby and all that type of stuff.
Yeah,
like,
I get that. Yeah,
Brazil made 0 sense, and then where in Brazil they went made even less sense. They didn't go to Rio,
right?
Or Sao Paulo. They're in like some backwoods,
right? Which is who knows what can happen too. I don't know. I think it's greed, a little bit greed there, and I think it's just like I said, man. NFL's not really looking out for the players or the fans really, because it sucks, man. You gotta not only that too. Like, a lot of these games, you gotta wake up at 8 a.m. Remember that? Like the London game, fucking blows. Like 7 a.m. If you live on the West Coast, like you gotta wake up 6 a.m. to watch a game. Like, that's crazy.
The 5 a.m. So
5 a.m.
I didn't do the pregame with you.
You're right. Oh, and then of course we lost. Of course.
Yeah. Like I got up for the game, but I didn't do the pregame with you because
I get it, dude. I don't blame you. I can't, bro. 5 a.m. That's ridiculous. That's craziness.
Yeah. So, hooked up Joe in the house. Brazil isn't.
What up, brother?
Different time zone, at least. Yeah. What's going on? We were just talking about Tua, Joe. I want to know your thoughts. Are you okay with him slimming down? And where is his
glad
money?
You got a Dolphin.
And where is his money? He would like to know. The market's the market. Give him his money.
Yeah.
You guys break him off with a 5 in front of everything. Give him the 50 plus.
It might be around that 40 to 50 range. I mean,
he's
going to be interesting.
He's asking for the 5. And all the network guys, the insiders are saying there isn't going to be any more 4s going forward.
Might be right. I mean, on the top quarterbacks out there, top 5s. He's
good with him shrinking down. He said he didn't need to beef up to stay healthy.
Yeah, I disagree. I think, Joe, I think we were talking about this earlier. I think we're going to, I mean, listen, I don't wish anybody, bad health or anything, but I'm going to tell you right now, man, I think we're going to look back at this conversation this season. If he gets hurt, you're going to go back and it's going to be talked about why he lost the weight. Why, like that, it's probably not good. Mm-hmm. By the way, the money too. Here's my problem. Here's my problem with the money when it comes to Tua. I'm looking at it like this. The dude almost retired. He had thoughts about retirement because of the concussions. Now he's doing this thing where he's losing weight. If he gets hurt again or gets badly concussed again, and I just paid him, it's concerning. Big time concerning. Because he's going to guarantee, there's going to be guaranteed in there, a big guarantee. I don't know how I'm writing that contract up, Mikey. If I'm the Dolphins, I'm writing it up where if you retire early or something.
Yeah. I like what Hooked Up Joe said. He'd like to see an incentive-based contract with a 3-year out.
That's what I'm saying. Something where the Dolphins don't get screwed if something really bad happens.
You're a Bills fan. You want the Dolphins to get screwed.
Oh, I don't care. I'm just saying that I got to talk the truth. I can't sit here and be like, but I'm just saying, like, I would not be comfortable with that at all. Like, if put it this way, and it goes for Josh. If Josh was constantly in and out of concussions throughout his career so far, and just thinking about retirement early in his career. I would tell Mikey, man, I love Josh, but man, shaky.
You said about Mitch Morris. You said about Mitch Morris for years.
Mitch Morris not a quarterback.
No, but it's the reason why you wanted him gone.
Absolutely. I was. And let's be honest, the Bills let him go.
Yeah.
You know, and maybe it's not because of the whole concussion thing, because he proved last year he could stay out. But still, he's getting older, highly paid, you save a lot of money. That's a little bit of different, but I get where you're going on that one. I'm just saying, like, that's a lot of money to roll the dice on somebody that's been hurt a lot throughout his career in college and NFL.
A few of those guys, because it's not just him, but it's also Jalen Phillips, who's coming back from an ACL.
Absolutely, another guy I might even let walk, bro. After his contract,
they're going to have to pay or let him walk.
Yeah,
Tua should get $100 million, and really isn't a huge risk. 175 guaranteed, no way. And he's going to want that 175 guaranteed. He's going to want it.
The 100. Yeah, I want you, but I don't think he'll want way more than that, bro. He'll want at least 160.
He's going to get 55, 50.
Yep.
I'm guessing he'll get 52 to 55 a year, and he's going to want at least 150 or more. And everyone's looking at, like Josh, I think got like 150 or 160, but it's gone up a bunch since he got his. Everyone's now getting like 170s.
Oh yeah,
guaranteed.
Yeah. It's that's a tough one, man. That is really tough, man. Like I said, if I'm a Dolphin fan, I love what I saw last year, but I'm nervous going forward.
I think they're going to make him play on the 5th, and then I don't think he's going to be there for training camp, and then because Tyreek's also asking for money, and they just paid Waddle.
Yeah. See, Tyreek's interesting, though. Tyreek is one of those guys. We were just talking about it, right? Justin Jefferson. He's a guy that can make a quarterback look better, right? Like, than what he is. And I'm not saying Tua is garbage or anything, but let's be real. When Tyreek Hill came, the offense looked way better with him on the field. I like Waddle, but Hill is a game changer, and he's one of the better receivers. So paying him, I wouldn't. And really, he's been healthy throughout his career. So. I would pay Hill to keep him around, because if you don't, something does happen to Tua, you still got your playmaker, Waddle and Hill, that can make any quarterback come in and look still pretty decent. You know what I'm saying? So, you want that guy sticking around and happy. I mean, that's how I see it.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how they figure it all out. They did let Wilkins walk for a reason.
They had to. They couldn't pay everybody. That's the problem when you have superstars. When you have prime top 5, top 10 guys at their position, you can't pay everyone. It sucks. I wish if this was baseball, no problem. If you have the Yankees owner, no salary, fuck it, man. I'm telling Pagulas, pay everybody. That's not how it works.
But they were paying Bradley Chubb, who was hurt. They were paying Ramsey. And now they're getting ready to have to pay Holland and Phillips. So you're probably going to see Chubb and those guys start to fall off the wayside. They're going to have to start losing some of them because they need that money.
Absolutely.
We need to lock up Hill through 27 with guaranteed through 26 for the right price. Get him to take a reduced rate. Listen, Justin Jefferson just got 35. I don't think Hill's taking a reduced rate.
Especially after last season. I mean, he was almost on the verge of that 2,000. Like, he was, he wanted it. And by the way, I love when these players say, I'm going to get this record. And it's easier said than done. These records are tough, man. That 2,000 rushing yard record or whatever, whoever still owns it, bro, that is fucking tough, dude. I mean, what's his name? Came close.
Yeah.
What was his name? Peterson, right?
The 2,000. Yeah, the rushing record. Yeah.
Yeah, but he was still short. It is tough.
There's been a few that have hit the 2,000 but couldn't.
There is. I think, did LT hit it?
LT hit it 1 year.
Okay.
Barry
OJ,
hit it 1 year.
we know. Obviously, OJ was the initial one.
Dickerson, is still the leader.
Dickerson's still the leader, right? And who has the receiving? Who's the one that he's trying to break on that? Or he was trying to? Because man, that's a lot. Oh, is it the Lions receiver?
Calvin?
Was it Calvin? I want to say it was.
I think it is. Yeah.
Calvin had an unbelievable year one year. Check to see that, because if not, he's up there. He's
Hill's a lot of room. Yeah, but that 45, Joe, isn't guaranteed. He has no more guaranteed money after this year, and that's why he's wanting his new deal. He talked about wanting to retire after this deal, at the expiration of this deal. But now
I know,
he's
that's
like,
so fun.
you know,
Right? Now it seems, you know what? Maybe I do need some more money.
With the way these guys are getting paid, he's like,
Right.
I think I need to stick around a little while longer.
Maybe I can play a couple more years for 45.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh man. Can you imagine 40 making 50 million a year? I mean, my
Calvin
God.
Johnson set the record in 2012.
There it is.
1,964 yards.
That's unbelievable. That's an unbelievable season.
Yeah.
And what was Hill last year? 17, 15, 16? I know he was on pace and he slowed down, right?
He was like, I think he ended up at like 18, didn't he?
Did he? I don't know. I know he was on pace, but he slowed down at the end. I know something happened at the end.
1799 is what he ended with.
Close, but not close enough.
If he didn't get hurt, he probably would have broke it.
Yeah, maybe so. It's tough. I'm telling you. Not easy, especially when you have another playmaker by you.
And for that $35 million payday in 26. Yeah. Yeah. Technically, you're right. He would be taking a cut. Although I think they would just rip up that deal and give him a new deal.
Yeah.
That's what they tend to do. With no guaranteed money, you just rip it up and give him a brand new one.
Let's talk about
let's talk about you.
All right, so you know what? Let me bring up one. So might as well, because we talked about last week. So I don't know if you saw the reports coming out of camp that Chase Claypool is was probably the best receiver. He's doing the best out of camp. Looked like the best receiver we had in camp so far early on. By the way, no pads or nothing like that. But everyone acting like that's so bad. And the Bills receiving crew, that just shows how bad the receiving crew is for the Buffalo Bills. They're acting like Claypool is Robert Foster, or he's, a Canadian football guy. You know what I mean? Like that we just got, and he's done nothing. Claypool is good, guys.
He was good.
He was good. I'm sorry.
He was good.
All right, let me take that back. He's proven to be good and proven that he could put up stats, and he's still very young. So him shining early on in OTAs is not really anything that's like, oh, man, that means the rest of the Bills receiving room is terrible.
We're talking about OTAs. And
right.
The funny part was was a Miami Dolphins fan page.
Well, that was that. That was making fun of, but the reports were coming out of multiple. It wasn't the Dolphins that were saying Claypool was looking sharp in camp.
That was like the Bills beat reporters that were saying that.
Yeah, exactly. But of course, the Dolphins, whatever, they had to take shots, which is funny to me.
The beat reporters didn't say that Claypool looked the best.
No.
They just
they did.
No.
I'm telling you. I'm telling you. A lot of outlets.
I was
in Buffalo.
Okay, I listened to Shout. I listened to Sal. I listened to One Bills Live. I listened to a lot of different ones, and none of them said he looked the best.
Well, I'm
they
telling
said he looked good.
From what I saw, it was a lot of different. Thad Brown said it, right?
Who?
Thad Brown. He's a reporter.
Who?
One of the better reporters. Thad Brown. He covers the Bills forever.
Doesn't he do One Bills Live with them as well?
No. Thad Brown is with some news station.
Yeah, but he fills in.
Oh, maybe. Yeah.
He does stuff with the team.
And then Matt Perino said it. Has been one of the most consistent wide receivers during OTAs. It could make a run at 53.
Okay,
says Matt Perino.
Not the most.
No, I'm just saying, Mikey. My point is, it's Buffalo Bills reporters saying it, and other outlets are saying like negative, turning it into, oh, that means the rest of the wide receiver room is garbage. Get what I'm saying? So, it's just funny to me. Like it's crazy to me. I don't know. It's crazy.
Yeah, Daniel, of those last 3 years, 2 of them were with Chicago, where nobody did anything good. And then he was shipped to Miami in the mid-season, and they just didn't know how to use them.
Yeah, the Miami thing's just scratch that right off. Okay, I don't count a team where he was traded too late, didn't know the playbook, and they had pretty much already a gangload of receivers that were practically top fives in two of them. So Claypool was the odd man out right away. He was never going to have a chance in Miami. Let's be real with that. That's one. The Bears, come on, man. I always tell people, if you're a bad team, I don't care who you are. More than likely, you're not going to be good. Like that team's going to bring you down. You're going to look bad. The Bears are a sinking ship, at least at that time. I don't know about now, but they still look at their quarterback situation. They traded their fucking Justin Fields right away. It didn't even take that long to get rid of him. Like, so no, I would scratch that. I think I would look at Claypool's career strictly in Pittsburgh, and I would say, what's the positive? What's the negative? And, you know, the negative is what? He wasn't a team guy. He did a lot of like selfish stuff. He put up decent yards. And I think he's changed. I think he's humbled, and we'll see. I think he makes the 53. I still think he makes the 53.
Yeah, it's a low risk move for the Bills.
Absolutely low risk. If he doesn't, he doesn't. He doesn't. Right. No, nobody's going to.
It doesn't matter. Shakir's probably going to be the one going into the
Shakir's the one. I believe that.
Kincaid's going to be the leading receiver, the target hitter. You know, so it is what it is.
Did you see I guess I'll also chat too. Did you see the Shakir video of the Buffalo Bills with Eric Moulds? My man, Eric Moulds.
I love Moulds.
Man, Moulds is a beast, man. Moulds is a damn beast, bro. But that's the right guy to get with. I'm going to tell you right now. That is a perfect guy to be training Khalil Shakir. I mean, a guy who's played in Buffalo, knows the ups and downs of playing in Buffalo, like the weather, knows how it is to be like on a losing end, on a winning end, because Moulds got in the playoffs twice, I believe, as a Buffalo Bill. And he was freaking unbelievable. Moulds was really that dude. And yeah, man, I just think it's a perfect fit for Khalil Shakir. You know, the wisdom and everything like that comes with it. So you could tell Shakir is putting that work in.
Yep. And
he wants to prove that he could be a 1,000-yard receiver. And I really believe
he's got a shot.
He will get it. I think he will, man. I just do. Man, he trains hard. That dude works hard. And he's so smart, bro. He is super smart, man.
When we drafted him, everyone said he's like the steal of the draft. No one could believe that we got him as late as we did. And then no one really thought about him because he didn't do much his first year. But he picked it up last year as he started getting more and more opportunities. So
and I didn't even know about his history. That he, like, you know, his father was in the army and he lived in Japan.
Yeah.
Like it's really, really cool. Like his whole backstory.
Yeah, he's a Marine. His dad was a Marine.
Yeah. But he lived in Japan for a while, I guess. Mm-hmm. Yeah, pretty damn cool, man. Just a cool backstory, man. Good dude, man.
Excited to have him here. We were excited when we drafted him.
Dude, you know, yeah. I've been saying this, by the way. I've been telling Curtis since his rookie year, look out for this guy. Look out. And Curtis like, Khalil Shakir. Mm-hmm. I'm like, trust me, you're going to hear his name soon. Maybe not this season. It might not pop off right away because we had still Diggs and who did we have that year that we drafted? Did we still have, I think we Sanders that year, right? So he was really low on the load.
It was the year, or was it Sanders? It was Gabe,
was it the year
first year that he was supposed to take the next step? You know,
was it Kincaid?
No.
What year did we draft Shakir? I don't think so. I think we drafted
Shakir. This is going to year 3. This is going to year 3.
Okay, so we drafted him in 2020?
22? 2022? Yeah.
2021, I think.
No. If he drafted him in 2021, he would have played in 2022, 2023, and 2024.
Yeah, this is his 4th season, right?
This is his 3rd season.
Oh, 3rd. Okay. So 2021. Yeah. Okay. So who 2021 did we have on the roster?
He was drafted in 2022.
Okay. So it's 3rd season. Okay. So who do we have on the roster in 2022? Who was in the receiver room at that time? It
Um,
wasn't Kincaid. It was
No.
I'm trying to think. I mean,
It was
obviously
Beasley.
Diggs.
Beasley was last year. Beasley.
Beasley was still in 2022. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And you
It-
sure? You sure what's his name wasn't there? No. You sure that what's his name wasn't there in 2022? Emmanuel Sanders?
No.
Wasn't he there the 2022? I could swear he was.
Look it up.
I swear. Let me look it up. I'll look it up while you're talking.
Yeah, I don't know.
Let's see.
I'm trying to look it up, and
Oh, I got it. I got it.
Okay, here you go. Receiver 2022. We had Beasley, Tavon Austin, John Brown,
McKenzie.
Jameson Crowder, McKenzie. Those are all guys that were there. So it was the year after Sanders.
Forgot all about Crowder. That's the
Yeah.
year he got hurt right away, right?
Uh-huh.
Broke his ankle.
Yeah.
Doing a punt return.
Yeah.
I forgot all about him. And McKenzie, I'll be honest with you, I forgot about about McKenzie first.
Kumaro was there that
Jake
year.
Kumaro, you're right. So yeah, it was he was not odd man out, but there was guys ahead of him. Like McKenzie was supposed to take that step. I think that was year McKenzie was supposed to take a step because look, we didn't have what's his name this year? Cole Beasley, right? Cole Beasley's not on the roster this year. So this is the year I think McKenzie, we were expecting more from McKenzie.
No, Cole was on that year.
Was he on that year?
Yeah, that was his last year with us, 22.
Okay, I'm looking. I don't see him. I don't know why I don't see him on my end.
You want me to pull him up?
Yeah,
So
I just don't see him.
we had Tavon Austin, we had Cole Beasley, we had John Brown, Isaiah Coulter, Jameson Crowder, Gabe, Steph, Gentry, Isaiah Hodgins.
You're on 2022, right?
Yeah, Keyshawn Johnson,
Okay.
Jake Kumaro, Isaiah McKenzie were all guys that were in camp that year.
Oh, okay. Because I just don't. Oh, there he is. I do see Cole now. So Cole Beasley, how did he do that year? And we cut him what? 2023, I guess. Yeah, we did. So let me see.
Yeah, because he ended up coming back. Remember, he ended up.
2022. He did. 2022. He didn't play for us, bro. It's showing no stats. It's showing. I think that's when we cut him in the offseason.
It showed him in camp. Did he just?
No, look.
Did he retire?
Yeah, look.
Come back?
He didn't play 2022. Look, it says 2022. I'm looking at stats right here. It says 35 yards. So if he did come back, it was real quick.
He came back in the later that year.
Okay.
He was supposed to step up that year, remember?
Right. Okay. So either way, he wasn't really on the roster to begin with.
We brought back both Beasley and Smoke.
John. Oh, that's right. And John Brown caught the one deep pass, and he also dropped.
Yeah.
That was the year we were fishing for a receiver.
This is the year that
it's funny to go back though. It is not. I like that sometimes because I forget. I forget sometimes. Like we do. Like who was the guy that we were all on board? And I liked him, but he just wasn't the guy. The guy from the CFL that everybody was. Oh, Duke Williams. Remember? Everybody wanted Duke to make the team. That was in 2019, I believe.
This is a great question from Hooked Up Joe.
Go ahead.
How do you rate your offseason overall?
So draft and all that, free agents.
Yeah, everything.
I mean, we're doing what, like a A to F rate, like grade.
Okay, yeah. So I'll give you mine.
Yeah.
What do you think about it?
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm gonna give it a solid B, and here's the reason why I'm gonna give it a B. I liked what we did in the draft, although I wish we would have drafted another receiver. Cough, cough. Troy Franklin. Cough, cough. But ultimately, I like what he shed the older players and went with the youth movement. He also fixed the cap this year. Going forward, we're no longer going to be, drowning in money, in debt. We're taking all our medicine all this year, and we'll be back to, being able to do things in the offseason. And so we retooled this year. I don't think we're going to be bad. I think we're actually going to be better than a lot of people think we're going to be. We're not. I don't think we are considered, the front runners for the Super Bowl, but doesn't mean we can't get on a hot streak and go. because we still have all the same guys that we were there last year that helped us get there on offense.
Yeah.
So I would say a solid B. I like what he did. We didn't really go out and get any major splashes. I think our big one that we're missing is still edge.
Yeah, unless Solomon works out, but
Unless
yeah,
Solomon works out. But then you're banking on a 5th round pick hitting.
Yeah. What is Miles saying? Gabe making the team? Gabe Stevenson? No.
No, he's practice squad.
Yeah, highly unlikely.
But
I
don't even think he'll play in the preseason because he has to learn the game. And if
he's
he's going to get hurt.
He's never even. This is his first time even putting cleats on. Yeah, football cleats. So crazy. So he's super, super raw. But I think it's a guy. By the way, our head coach is, if you didn't know, Miles, is a former wrestler. And he was really good in college. Like, he's really good.
All wrestling.
And he likes, and wrestling and things. So I think that kind of played a part of this, to be honest with you. In wrestling, they do say, like, the hand movement, the quickness, like, the agility and stuff like that. It kind of helps. Absolutely. So that, I think, is intriguing to them. And obviously, he's super strong, powerful. He's a lot of power. So I think they're just going to work with him. And I think they're going to keep him on the practice squad. I don't think anyone's going to pick him up. Right? He's super raw. If anyone's going to pick him, they would have already picked him up. So, yeah, no, he don't make the team, but he probably remains on the practice squad as a guy that they're just going to teach how to play football. And if it works, it works. If it doesn't, he got paid to train to play football.
Roy thinks I'm down on the edges a little bit. Both Epinesa and Miller both get double-digit sacks.
Yeah, we're not. Yeah, you're right. You know what? We don't talk about Miller like we should, because Von Miller, if he comes back healthy, and by the way, he's saying he feels great. I mean, he does. He's practicing without his knee brace and all that stuff. He says he didn't do that last year. So, if we can get even close to what he brung his first year with Buffalo, then yeah, the edge position is not anything to worry about. And Epinesa, he did take a big step forward last year. Can he do it again? Repeat what he did last year and take another step? If he can, then we're in great shape. We're in great shape. I wouldn't worry about the edge position.
Yeah. Daniel Garz says solid B as well. Scott comes in and says Miller's going to be comeback player of the year. Hooked Up Joe says we need to adjust the grades based on starting point. If you had a ton of cap space and 2 first-round picks and had the same offseason, it wouldn't be the same grade. No, that's why I think where we started this year, I think it's been a solid B. It's been a solid B.
Yeah, I'm with you.
I don't think he hit a home run by any means. I think he did what he had to do to keep us competitive this year and build going forward.
Yeah, I'm with you. I give it a B too. I mean, I don't think it was anything. There wasn't a lot he could do with the cap. He did what he could. We released some guys we had to release that were, guys that were here for a long time, never easy. We traded Stephon Diggs away. Once again, something that
we paid more money to get,
right. And not only that, obviously we're going to miss the production.
Yeah.
So there were some things that had to get done, but I feel like we also added a lot of depth to this team. And we got bigger at the receiver position, which is something that I've been begging for the Bills to do. I thought our draft went well. So, and also too, we brung, what's not talked about too is the coaching, what we did in coaching. So, Babbage being DC, I think that's a really good thing. Joe Brady staying as OC, bringing in
new coaches.
Yeah, bringing in new corner coach, bringing in the referee guy. Keep forgetting his name, to help out with Sean McDermott and just everything about the rules is going to help this team too. So we did a lot of little things that are really good for the team. And that's why I give it a B for now.
Yep. Me too. Spin comes in and says, does Miller even qualify for comeback player? Yes. Flacco got 1 player of the year for playing 5 games, and
absolutely. Listen,
sucked the year before on the Jets.
If Von Miller, considering last year where he was not productive, but I think last year we can give him the pass, at least I do. If he comes back this year and gets 8 sacks to 10, let's just say I'm just throwing that out there. I don't think 10, but let's say 8. Yeah, that's a hell of a return. You have to give him or consider that comeback player because that's ACLs are never easy to come back from. It's they're just not, especially in his age. You got to put that in fact, in play as well. So yeah, I would definitely.
Adrian Peterson ruined it for everybody when he came back. He's just a freak, and he did it so quick, and everyone just assumed everyone could do it that way. I want to hit on Roy's comment. Stevens won't actually be playing this year. So by the time he gets on the field, he'll be more than 265 pounds.
Yes, absolutely. He'll be. Matter of fact, if he does,
to D end if he can't put on the weight.
Yeah. I expect him to gain more weight. But man, he looked strong, and at least from what I saw, I mean, he looked strong, and from what I heard. Now Ed Oliver talked about him a little bit. He was basically saying, look, the guy is super strong, cool guy to talk to. He's a champion. He's a gold medalist. But he also said, hey, the dude knows nothing about football yet. So let's calm down.
Chances of him doing anything in the NFL are slim.
Super slim.
It's a project.
But why? But who cares, right? Like the Bills are going to give him very minimal pay, and I'm sure, like I said, it's McDermott probably loves the challenge, right? Having his gold medalist wrestling
scenario, he has a gold medalist that he can lean on. We have a gold medalist in the house. Right. Let's be honest, that's a McDermott thing to do.
Yeah,
all right, you want to hit what you have loaded up? I
do. So let's. We got one topic tonight. We'll go over, and then we'll probably talk a little bit more, get out of here. So ESPN did their projects for the 2024 stats for the Buffalo Bills offense. So shout out to Bills Wire. They did this, but ESPN actually did the project. So projected stats. So here we go. And I, by the way, did not read this yet. So we're going to go do this together. All Quarterback, right. Josh Allen. Here we go. So they're giving him 15 games played, 3,716 passing yards, 23 passing touchdowns, 9 rushing touchdowns, 498 rushing yards, and 12 interceptions. Wow, so
they have him taking a massive step.
Boy, big time. Now they got the interceptions down.
They doesn't even hit 35 touchdowns on the season.
Yeah, they got him taking a
4,000 yards. Wow,
huge dip. Huge. See, now this is what we're talking about. By the way, guys. The national media, especially ESPN
and Fox Sports 1
Fox Sports, but ESPN takes the cake. They're probably the worst for me. They're so off here, guys. There was no way in hell Josh Allen ain't reaching unless he gets hurt and he misses half the season. Ain't no way that he's under 4,000 passing yards. That's one. 2, the passing touchdowns are going to be higher than that.
Yeah,
the rushing touchdowns. Yeah, and why 15? Right, he's going to get hurt. Like, all right, what is going on there? The rushing touchdowns. Okay, the rushing yards. Yeah, that's fair. Interceptions they have down. That is, I would like honestly 12. I would like lower, but I'm not going to kill him if that's.
I'll take 12 for Josh.
Yeah.
Good year for him.
Exactly. So everything. Put it this way: everything kind of towards the tail end here. The rushing.
You know what's crazy is they have him, scoring less, and he has less playmakers this year than he did last year. Like, what makes you think he's not gonna score more himself?
That is true too, right? You're right. I don't know.
What I don't. This doesn't make sense to me. He was already having to be, a one-man show when he had Diggs. Now he doesn't.
The passing touchdowns are ridiculous too. By the way,
he had 29 last year.
No, but I think he has more red zone threats this year than he did last year. Yep. Stephon Diggs was never a red zone threat. He has big time red zone threats.
He was 20.
Yeah, exactly. So, but not until last year. I don't know. I think that's wrong. I think he's gonna have around 28 to 30, around that range.
I think
so. About 5 to a little bit more about. Yeah, he could.
Year was the first year because last year of him and Mahomes would have hit 35 passing touchdowns. They would have been the first pair ever to do it 4 straight years.
Yeah, well, and I'm not even taking the fact that Kincaid's going to be better this year.
Mm-hmm.
Dawson Knox is going to be healthy.
Yep.
Yeah, hopefully.
And we have 4 big receivers.
Yes, absolutely. So,
like Coleman's the small one of the big receivers.
You might be right. I'm thinking now. I don't know 20. I'm thinking at least 30 to 35. I'm with you there. I think that would be right about right for him. And I don't know about the yards. What are you thinking about the yards? Like, what would your projection be on the yards?
I think from a pass perspective, he's gonna be over 4,000 because he was last year.
Right.
I think he's gonna be over 4,000. I think the rush yards is about right. I think.
Yes, I think so.
I would like to see his rushing touchdowns about 9 because that means we're giving them some to the other
right.
guys.
Ray Davis and them. Yeah.
Yep. Which would be great, so he doesn't have to do all of it. But I think he's gonna be over 4,000. I think he's gonna be around between 42 and 45 passing.
Yeah.
Between 32 and 37 passing touchdowns. And then he'll add about another 10 rushing.
Yeah, I'm with you. There. But yeah, that's just really low. I
would love to see his interceptions at 12. I would love to see that.
Yeah, that's great.
There we go. Scott, 45, 35, and 8 MVP. That works for me.
Yeah.
He had 29 passing last year, and then he had 15 rushing. So he was over the 40 again. The first guy ever to have 40-plus touchdowns in a season, like 4 years in a row.
Yeah, I think they're underestimating.
They always do.
They're underestimating.
They're overestimating Diggs' impact.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They're underestimating him and Josh Allen. Really, we just talked about this. Great quarterbacks can make anyone. Most receivers look pretty good. Like an average receiver looked pretty good. And I don't think
because of Josh.
Yeah, and I don't think we have just plain old Robert Foster's on this team. You know what I mean? Like we're going into season going, oh man, Robert Foster, and we got
the receivers.
This guy and this guy. Like I think we have Khalil Shakir, man. I'm telling you, man, and Dalton Kincaid, right there. Those two guys.
Dawson Knox.
I'm very but I mean, as far as that's fine, Dawson Knox. But I'm very confident. Like if you were to ask me, Curtis Samuel, I will throw him in there too because I am super confident those guys will get the job done. Like I don't think this season's going to be like last where we're like Trent Sherfield's just lost out there and you're not getting any production. Hardy, no production. Like I just don't see that happening with the guys we have on the roster that's taking over the Diggs role, that's filling in now. The next man up. So. Yeah, I think that's just totally wrong. Are you ready for the next?
Roy, I think others are overestimating Diggs' impact. Josh Allen, before Diggs got there, they brought in Smoke Brown and Cole Beasley, who had their best years with Josh Allen. Josh Allen, created a monster in Foster, and then he went elsewhere and couldn't get on the field.
That's true. Everyone
he's played with, he has raised up.
Yeah, that's a great point. It really is, and it's not talked about. And I'm glad you brought that up. So if you really go back and look at Josh Allen's career from rookie year 2018, nobody, right? We have Robert Foster, Zay Jones, I believe, was on the team, if I'm not mistaken.
Benjamin Streeter.
Yeah, so forget Benjamin, because Benjamin he was a lazy fuck, right? But let's go to the guys that actually were nobodies, really, and made a name for themselves. Robert Foster, really, that year, a UDFA, people were actually thinking he was going to make the roster the very next year and be the number one. People were actually talking like that. That's how good he looked with Josh Allen as a rookie, who was, by the way, Josh Allen was sloppy. His accuracy was bad.
53.
Still made Robert Foster look way better than he is. Then his next year, we get John Brown, who, let's be real, never had a 1,000-yard season. He was okay, right? But he was never I don't think he was ever a guy that they thought would reach over 1,000 yards, and he got it. Got it very first year he was with us. I think he got 1,050 or 1,100 his first year. Cole Beasley, another guy that was he was good, but he wasn't anything great in Dallas. Josh Allen made him look phenomenal. Made him look like one of the best slots in the game. People talked about Cole Beasley like one of the top 3 slots in the game at the time. He improved everybody that ever came to this team as far as receivers go. And he will continue to do that.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's why I don't understand why everyone sees it differently. Stephon Diggs, it wasn't the reason why Josh Allen became Josh Allen.
No, it's funny because you heard Shane McCoy talk about it, but then you also heard Emmanuel Sanders talk about it. He said Josh was just different. Josh is just different when he plays. He makes the receivers better. And if I don't listen to the guys who actually play with him, I don't get it either.
Yeah, it's mind-boggling.
And Sanders played with Big Ben and a lot, Peyton and all those guys. And he said Josh was just different.
Right. Yeah. All right, let's get to the next, man.
Yep.
Offensive line. All right. 35 sacks allowed. They're saying, let's see where it celebrates. Says Buffalo Bills quarterback Josh Allen, 17, celebrates offensive tackle Deion Dawkins following a touchdown during. Okay, they're just saying whatever. Okay, so they're saying 35 sacks allowed. What do you think?
Is this what?
No, they're just talking about.
This is offensive line.
Yeah, offensive line. Yes.
I don't think we allowed 35 sacks. Did we allow 35 sacks last year?
They're just. I don't know. You have to look that up.
I will.
I don't think
we get.
I don't think so.
I think we're gonna run more. I don't think we're gonna pass.
I think we were one. I think weren't we one of the better offensive lines last year? Graded.
I think we were the best. I think Josh had the lowest sack percentage in the league.
I believe so too. But look that up because I'm very curious because that seems high. Like, why would they fall apart? It's the same line besides Mitch Morse. That doesn't make sense. But look it up. I'm very curious.
I'm looking it up right now
because that seems very high.
He had 24 sacks last year.
Yeah, so they're saying it's going to go up a little.
In his years, 28, 38, 26, 26, 33, 24.
Yeah, there's no I don't see it. I think it's going to be
we're going to throw as much as we've thrown in the previous years.
Right. Yeah. I think it's going to be about what we had last year. I think it's going to be around that range, like 20 something.
I think it'll be between 25 and 30. Because Josh gets out of so many of them too when they get beat. Absolutely.
And last year, Josh Allen got sacked more because he was very hesitant in the pocket early on. Before Joe Brady came in, he was starting getting out of the pocket more. Remember? He was kind of sticking around a little bit longer than he should, not willing to run because they didn't want him to run. So he was taking sacks because he was holding the ball longer. I don't see him doing that this year where he's holding the ball so long. He's going to take off. Like, that's his game. They kind of took that from him early on last year. And I think that was a mistake, and they learned from that.
Yeah, and they realized you can't do that.
No, you can't. You ready for the next?
I also saw Josh slide more last year than he had ever before, which was awesome.
That's a good thing.
All right,
running back James Cook. They're saying 945 rushing yards, so he's also taking a step back and 9 rushing touchdowns.
So they think Ray Davis is going to cut into his yards. I don't. I think James. I think it's 1,000 yards. I don't know if he gets 10 rushing touchdowns. I think that's where I think he'll end up with like 5 or 6 rushing touchdowns. Because I think Ray Davis.
Yeah, I think that's high on the
steal a bunch.
I agree.
I think he can have 9 total touchdowns.
I'm with you on that as well.
9 rushing touchdowns.
I'm with you. I think he. I'll tell you what, man. I don't know if they're so wrong on this stat, except for the rushing touchdowns. I do think Ray Davis is going to take some of this away. I'm telling you, Ray Davis is. He may wind up being something special in Buffalo. And
but it won't be this year.
It won't be this year, but I don't know if he doesn't cut into the yards that they're going to make it. If Ray Davis is what I think he's going to be, that where they do like a dual type of running back role. Now Cook may get the majority of the runs, but I don't know. We'll find out, but I don't think that's way off. The rushing touchdowns, I agree with you. I don't see that happening. I can see him getting 9 to 10 total touchdowns. But I kind of agree with this.
Really?
Yeah, I kind of agree with that. I do. Except for the rushing touchdowns. I don't agree with that.
I see. I don't. He had 237 carries last year. He had 1,100 rushing yards.
We didn't have a solid backup. And I'm going on my belief that Ray Davis is going to be who I think he's going to be. You get what I'm saying? Like, now, if Ray Davis isn't, if Ray Davis isn't what I project him to be, then yes, I do agree with you. I think he will have over 1,000 rushing yards, but the touchdown, no, I don't see that happening. So it just, honestly, I guess for me, it depends on how Ray Davis shapes out. Okay. If Ray Davis winds up being good, yes, I do believe that will be around what he'll get.
Latavius Murray had 79 carries for 300 yards. Ty Johnson had 30 carries for 132, and James Cook had 237. I think Brady has already said that James Cook is going to be the RB1.
Sure. So no doubt about it. Yeah, I'm not saying he's not.
I think he's
earned it.
Close to the 237. I think he goes over 1,000 yards. I really do.
It's possible. It's 50 yards difference. I mean, they're talking about over 55 yards different. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think they're crazy off. You know what I mean? Like, I'm just saying, I don't think that's crazy off. All right, let's get to the next.
Yep.
Ray Davis.
Yeah.
Speak of the devil. 355 rushing yards, 2 touchdowns. I totally disagree on the touchdowns, by the way. That's very low. I think
the yardage is about right, because I think he's going to come in between 350 and 450, because he's gonna get, looking at Murray last year had 300 and Johnson had 132. That's 430 yards. I think he could be better than both of those guys.
I do too.
I think his touchdowns is going to be closer to 7.
Yeah. So I have him projected around about 500 to 500 to 600 rushing yards, and touchdowns. I do.
Maybe, but rushing?
No, rushing.
You think he's going to take a lot of carries from Cook?
I do. And I think touchdown wise, I think he's going to be our red zone guy.
That's why I said 7.
He is a bulldozer. Yeah. So I'm going to say anywhere between 7 and 9. I think that dude can push the pile. He's strong. Something we've been missing in the red zone, and they would definitely feed him the rock when we're close there. So, that's where I project.
I think in the regular season you're going to see a lot of Davis in the red zone, and in the postseason you're going to see Josh taking a lot of it.
Okay. All right. Let's get to the next one. Keon Coleman.
All right.
All right. 15 games played, 58 catches, 807 receiving yards, and 5 touchdowns.
I would not hate that stat line.
No, I wouldn't either.
Honestly,
I really wouldn't.
I wouldn't hate that stat line.
I think the touchdowns might be a little higher.
I think that's
a few,
the most
maybe
likely of all the ones that they put so far.
Yes, I'm with. I think I kind of agree with you there.
All 17. I don't think he misses 2 games.
I don't either, but let's say he does. Let's say hypothetically he does. Let's say he misses the one last game of the season, which I said I think we will wind up sitting players. So that's one game, right, that you're going to miss. Like, you know what I mean? If we already clinched the playoffs or clinched the division, we don't need our starters playing. There could be a game loss. But either way, let's say he plays 16, 17. 807 would be a very good season. I think the touchdowns, he could probably get 7 around that range. But yeah, that's very close to what I would like to see. And I think it's possible for Keon Coleman to reach.
I do think he can get more touchdowns, but I think this is the closest I've seen to something that I'm like, okay, I could see that.
Yeah, me and the James Cook. I'll say that, except for the rushing touchdowns, I'm really surprised that they would, because he wasn't that guy last year. So I don't know where. Yeah, I don't know where. I can't wait for I can't wait for the defensive one to come out.
Right.
And I'm assuming we'll do that next Friday, because I'm sure they're going to come out with a list. You know what I mean? That will be interesting to see. All right. Right. Wide receiver Curtis Samuel.
All right.
Once again, 15 games.
They realize they play 17, right?
Right. I don't know. 15 games, 63 catches, 640 receiving yards, and 4 touchdowns.
I don't hate that from
I don't hate it
standpoint, because I think he's going to get another 300 or so yards
running and stuff like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's about right. I'll be honest. Maybe the touchdowns, maybe 1 or 2 more, because they might do some like trickery down there for him, where they pop pass or something like that, like they did with McKenzie a few times. But that's about right. I think that actually would be. I would be totally good with that.
Yeah, and because I think he'll add a couple 100 yards and a couple touchdowns from the backfield as well.
Yeah. I'm totally fine with that. I agree with that.
Yeah.
All right. Wide receiver Khalil Shakir.
15
once
games.
Again. 15 games.
They are 56. So low on there.
Yeah,
I think he blows this out the water.
56 catches, 662. 3. Yeah, that's disrespectful.
Josh up. So they based it off of what Josh was going to do. So they can't have these guys super high because they said Josh was going to suck.
Yeah, that's. I think they're totally wrong here. I hope Khalil Shakir sees this and it motivates him.
Last year he had 39 catches, 611 yards.
And he wasn't used till second half of the season.
611 yards and he had 39 catches. So you're telling me he's going to have 20 more catches and only 60 more yards? Come on.
Right.
And he had 2 touchdowns last year. So you're telling me with more catches, he's not going to get another touchdown?
Yeah, I don't think he's going to be a huge. That's one thing I think they're kind of close on the touchdowns. I think I can see him around 5, the most, maybe 4 or 5. But the receiving, I think he's going to be very close to 1,000. If he doesn't reach 1,000, I think it's about 900 to 1,050, somewhere around there. He's going to be very close, Mikey, in that range. And but yeah, they're definitely wrong on that. That would be.
This is the biggest shit show I've seen yet. Tell me you didn't watch the Bills without telling me you didn't watch the Bills.
Right. Yeah, that would mean he would take a step back. I'll be honest with you. Those stats there, Shakir would take a huge step back because there's no way. Now, by the way, they're not. Are they counting that Diggs isn't here anymore?
Or Davis?
Right, or Davis.
Where's those 340 targets going?
Right. Yeah, they're totally wrong here. Wide receiver MVS. 15. This has to be a mistake, by the way. I think this is a mistake on Bills Wire because they're the ones that it's probably 17 games.
22 catches, 193 yards, 1 touchdown. Yikes.
Yeah, that's wild. That is ridiculous. I don't see that happening.
That is Dawson Knox's last year. He had 22 catches, 186, and 2 touchdowns. You're telling me he's only going to have Dawson Knox's production, who missed multiple games last year. He only played 13.
That would be a horrible signing if that's what he produced.
That's Deontay Hardy, 15 catches, 150 yards.
Right. He'd be
Deontay Hardy, what he was last year.
Yes, that would be an awful signing.
The only way I see this happening is if Claypool comes in and takes a bunch of his catches.
Okay, I'm with you. I'm with you on that. I agree. That's a great point, Mikey. If Claypool comes in how I think he is and makes the 53 and shows that he could play like he did his rookie year and second year, yes, he may take that I can see, catches away. Yes.
I can see him taking some of the catches.
But I don't think they're considering that because Claypool's not even on this
list. But I'm saying that's the way I see MVS not do.
I agree.
Catches? That is nuts.
That's a slap in the face for him too. I mean, I don't know. That's crazy to me. Tight end Dalton Kincaid. Now this one's so let's play it. Let's do this before we even get to it. What do you think it's going to be? Yards. Just tell me yards.
I think he's going to be
yards and touchdowns. Yards and touchdowns. Tell me.
Over 1,000 with
what do you think they're going to put? Not what you think.
What I think they're going to put 705.
705 touchdowns. Okay, let's see. Here we go. 75 catches, 728, 4 touchdowns.
Listen, he had 73 last year for 673 and 2 touchdowns. And he's going to get more targets this year because Gabe and Steph are out the door. They're nuts if they think this is what's going to happen.
And Joe Brady also is going to know how to scheme him up properly.
Yep.
And it's the second season.
And close to 5.
Yeah, that's crazy. They're They're way off. Way off.
They were so off on Josh's that everyone else had to fall in line.
Right. Take a dip. Right. Dawson Knox, what do you think they got on him? Just before we get to it. What do you think?
Dawson Knox last year was 22 for 186. I think he falls in line with the MVS.
You think that's what they're going to give him? Some shitty 190 yards?
100 something, and maybe one or two touchdowns.
All right, let's see what they say.
29,
323, 3 touchdowns. What do you think?
Okay. He only played in 13 games last year, and he had 22. So I have a feeling he's going to catch more than 29.
Yeah, I think so too.
I personally think he's going to be probably around 45-ish with 450 and probably 5 touchdowns.
That's about right. That is about right. I agree. I agree with you. I would say anywhere between 4 to 5 with about 4 to 5 touchdowns. So they're not terribly off on the touchdowns because it could be 3 touchdowns, but I would say 4 or 5.
They're low on all 3. They're low on catches, they're low on yards, and they're low on touchdowns.
Yeah, definitely low on catches, and they're low on yards, 100%. And that is it. I believe that's it. Yeah, that's it. So that was that. I think that was interesting. I always like looking at what other people think. I think they were way off on a lot. I think they were close on maybe 2
games played on here. Yeah, I don't know why. I guess they forgot that they play 17, not 15. Or
I think that might be a mistake on Bill's wire, though. I'll be honest with you. They make a lot of mistakes.
If those were Josh's numbers based off of a 15 game, I'd love to see what his last 2 games were and then what his numbers were going to be. If you're going to tell me after 15 he's at 37, I'm like, okay. And then he's got 2 like cupcakes at the end, and he gets 3 or 400 a piece, and then he's up in the 43, 45, and another 6 touchdowns. Okay,
man,
I'm with you on that, but that's nuts.
Yeah, I mean, once again, guys, we're I guess we're just pointing out how the media is really crapping on this offense. Really the offense. I mean, they're really. I can't wait. I hope they do a defensive one. Like I really want to see that.
Can you imagine what they're going to put for our defense? They're like, oh, they lost everybody because White hasn't played in 2 years.
Right.
And so that's a huge loss for the Bills. Like, he hasn't played. What part of that don't you get? You said he hasn't played in 2 years, and then you called him a major key loss. Like, I love Trey as a person, but he couldn't stay healthy.
But he wasn't. Yeah.
And I hope he's healthy in LA, and he kicks ass in LA. I really do.
Yeah, I wish nothing but the best for him. He was an awesome dude. I felt when he got hurt last year and rolled his helmet, that was such a movie type scene, right? Like it was, but when he did that, it was like I was watching a movie where it was so drastic and
he knew his career was over.
Right, dude. It is like the helmet slowly rolling. It was like a drama, unfolding in front of you. I was like, I knew it there as a fan. Yeah. I'm like, it's over. Like his career in Buffalo is done. Yeah.
You remember when Earl Thomas got hurt and he flipped off the coach? This one's just so different. Like they all picked him up and rode back with him
because he didn't get his contract. Because remember that was the year he was. I think they were fucking around with his contract.
Yeah,
and he's like, "All right, I'll play."
And then he got hurt. He flipped off the coach. Like this was completely different. When he threw his helmet, everybody came and picked him up.
Dude, I felt so. I think Poyer left with him on the cart. Yeah, that was.
Poyer was hurt that game too.
A
lot of people forget we were so injured last year. Like Poyer was out, Hyde was out.
Oh, dude.
All the guys that we let go were all hurt at some point last year and missed a ton of time.
It all started at London. The London game was a downfall there with injuries. It was like a downward spiral, man. It was nuts, man. It was like, what can happen next? Like what else bad can happen, right?
Like we were already pissed that we were going to London. And then we went out there late, and me and you were pissed that McDermott took him out so late. And then
dude,
they got hurt.
I still am pissed about it. What are you doing? God, it was so bad.
For someone who dives into the analytical and the data showed you need to get out there and get. And we were playing a team who was already there for a week.
They're settled in, relaxing. We get there. Oh, we can't sleep, guys, because the time changed. So we're just going to get the practice right now.
Right?
What? That was a disaster, bro.
What a colossal blunder McDermott made there. Holy shnikes, Batman.
Yeah, that was. I'm telling you, man. When you look back, just in general, like it.
Oh.
What a ride! Being a Buffalo Bills fan is, man.
Sometimes you're like, what is McDermott thinking?
I don't remember. You know what also stands out for me? I forget the game, but it was like an important game, and he called a challenge on some. We needed the timeouts, and he called a challenge that wasn't going to even be a first down anyways.
Yeah,
and it was like 2-yard pickup.
It was on second down.
It was like, bro, what are you doing?
Or he would call a defensive timeout when the clock was running.
Oh my God, yes. When time's running out.
On them. Not on them. On them. And he calls a timeout.
Yeah, sure. Give him more time to rethink the play. And hopefully he gets it right this year. That's all I can say.
Okay.
What is he saying? Did the same thing the Bills did with travel to London and it worked out. Yes, but were they playing a team that was already there?
No, Kansas City did it with Miami. They both went in. Kansas City went in late, and it worked out for them. But they didn't play
barely.
Well
by the way, barely. They stunk for the first. I think it was the first half, right? And then they turned it on a little bit, and barely won that game. So not really.
They won because they made
their defense.
And they returned it for a touchdown.
Yeah, so it wasn't pretty by any means. That was an ugly performance.
It was, Roy. They went to Germany because the Miami KC game was in Germany. It was, Yeah,
no, trust me, it's not a good. It's not. Matter of fact, Tennessee did it. Didn't Tennessee do it too? And they looked terrible.
I don't know.
Titans went the very next week. I
don't care what other teams did. We looked terrible, and what we did didn't work.
Yeah,
do that shit again.
I don't even like going over. Just don't send us back. I didn't even like the the Toronto series.
Yeah, I didn't either. So all right, guys. We've been here for an hour and a half. I need to go get some food.
Yeah, we're done. We're done with this. But we had fun. And
No.
Yeah, we gotta go.
No.
So hey, everyone, Bills Mafia, man, we love you. We appreciate you riding with us on this Friday night.
Yeah,
right. This get a bulletproof vest. That's right. Appreciate you riding with us on this Friday night once again. Shooting the shit with us, man. We really didn't have a lot to talk about tonight, but it was fun. You guys always make it fun. We're out of here. Bills Mafia, we love you. And we're out of here. Peace out. Peace. Whoa, I played the wrong outro. I know. I played the wrong. Oh, was that the right? No, that was the right outro.
He could go all the.
Okay.
He could go all the way. Touchdown. The Bills make me wanna shout. Kick your heels up and shout. Throw your hands up and shout. Throw your head back and shout. Come on now, the Bills are making it happen now. Stand up now, come on and shout. Yeah.